Hey guys, Kalen here, and today I'm going to show you a few ways to pack for kayaking trips. As you may know, I really like to do freestyle, slalom, and creeking. So I'm going to show you how to pack for each of those individually, and then how to pack for a trip where you're doing all three. For example, when I go to Europe, I do the slalom races there, and then I do some freestyle and creek boarding as well. Here we go. So let's start out with packing for a creeking trip. So I like to put everything in a big dry bag, just because when you're like, I don't know, if you have your stuff in the back of a truck, or if it's raining on your trip, you can keep your gear nice and dry. That helped me out a lot when we were in Chile this past fall. So yeah, I really recommend getting like a nice dry bag to put your gear in. So start out with a skirt, a life jacket. Let's say we got a dry suit. Going somewhere cold, might need a dry suit. Shorty, maybe you're going somewhere a little warmer, like maybe the Zambezi. That'd be pretty sweet, huh? And we got a dry top. So, as you can see, right now we have our life jacket, our spray skirt, we have a dry suit, a dry top, and a shorty in there. Also, helmet. We got elbow pads and some shoes, and also a rope. Hoagies, maybe a skull cap if it's cold, and maybe a first aid kit. All of this will fit really nicely in this big dry bag, and that'll all stay nice and dry, all your stuff. And there's a lot of room for, you know, other stuff. This is just kind of like basic gear. Yeah, so any extra gear really that'll fit in there, has lots of space. So this is kind of like the first way of getting your kayaking gear ready. I have one more way to show you for creeking, and then we'll move on to play with it. So having that big dry bag is really nice, but obviously it's a little bit more expensive, and some of you might not have it. If you have the a little gear bag, it's a lot cheaper, and it still works really well. Just like a little bit smaller space, but everything I put in that dry bag should still fit in here if you do it right. So first we're going to start with our skirt, putting it on the ground flat here. Take our dry suit, and what I like to do with this is just kind of start at the feet, just to make sure no air gets trapped in, and just kind of start rolling it up, nice and small. And then I'll take the top and kind of just fold it over just so it stays together. So that's your dry suit, all rolled up. And then I'm going to put that towards the back of the skirt. Just kind of maybe push it under a little, just get nice and fitting nice there. Next, take your dry top, kind of roll it up nice and tight. And that will fit right there. And kind of same idea for the shorty. Just kind of roll it up. Put it with the skirt there. All your like little stuff, elbow pads, pogies, throw ropes. Maybe you want a skull cap, stuff like that. Put that in front of your shorty. All of that fits in here. You did it right. So once you've done that, you're going to open the bag up, and all of this should slide in pretty nicely. Might take a second to get it to fit, but it should get in there. A helmet and a life jacket. That's another way. All your kayaking gear right there. Next we're going to do freestyle. So here we go. So freestyle is pretty similar to creeking. If you have your big dry bag, obviously I prefer it just because it keeps my gear dry. So you're just going to put all your freestyle stuff in there. It's a pretty big dry bag, so all this is going to fit really nicely. And you're going to have lots of extra room. Also, if obviously you don't have this bag, the same thing I just showed you with the creeking gear, it'll work with your freestyle gear as well. And like I said, normally you have less gear when you paddle freestyle, so it should fit even better. Those are the two ways I pack for freestyle and for creeking. Now I will show you how to pack for slalom. So For packing slalom, it's much easier just because a lot less gear, and the gear isn't as bulky, so you can fit a lot of your stuff in like a mesh bag. Got some tops here. I'm going to put some pogies or a skull cap. That'll also fit here really nicely. Yeah, so right now I have 4 tops in here, a helmet, some pogies, and a skull cap, and there's still a lot of space for other gear. You could definitely fit like a bunch of layers in here. If you have another top, another life jacket, really anything, that would definitely fit in here. So now let's do everything together. How I pack for like trips to Europe, where I'm paddling everything. I need to bring all my gear, pretty much all the gear I own. So I'll show you how to do that. So for this, I'm going to use my dry bag, just because it's a lot more stuff. Everything should fit in here really nicely. So I'm going to start out with my life jackets. In this case, I have 3 different life jackets. One for creeking, one for freestyle, and one for slalom. I'll start with the biggest one, my creeking jacket. Freestyle jacket in there as well, and my slalom jacket. That'll fit in there really nicely at the bottom section of the bag. Next, I'm going to put my slalom racing tops, just because they have life jackets built into them, so they're a little bulkier as well. Next, I'm going to throw my skirt. Freestyle skirt. It's like a connected top, but still going to put it in just because it's a little bigger. And we still have a lot of space in the top of the bag. I don't know if you can see, where we're going to be able to put our dry tops, our dry suits, and our other slalom jackets as well. A shorty, a dry suit, and a dry top. Gonna roll that up, just make it fit a little bit better. Take it down a couple times. Try to stuff those stuff to the bottom. Alright, so right now we have some dry tops, some dry suits. We have 3 life jackets, a bunch of slalom tops, and I think that's it right now. That's in there. So we got 3 helmets as well. We're gonna have to put in there. We got a couple other stuff, some shoes, some pogies, skull cap, all of this kind of extra stuff. Just a little. We're gonna put this in the top. Next, we're gonna put little stuff like pogies, skull cap, freestyle shoes, some creeking shoes. Throw some elbow pads in there. First aid kit, throw rope. So now it's getting pretty tight, but now we just have our 3 helmets, and we're gonna just put those on top. And that's gonna fit in there nicely. Now that we have everything in the bag, we can close it up. Push the air out of it. You can just kind of lie on it. You got your straps. Put those on. 2 more straps that come around the top. That is pretty much all the gear that I own, I guess, really, what I'm using currently. In one bag that will fit on an airplane. 3 helmets, 3 life jackets, 3 pairs of shoes. We got a dry suit, a dry top, a shorty. We got 4 slalom tops. We have a throw rope, we have a first aid kit. We have pogies, we have a hat. And there's still room for some layers if you want to put layers in there. But yeah, I think this is really everything you might need kayaking on a trip. As you can see, all 3 of the disciplines I do fit in one bag, so you should be able to fit at least 1 discipline in a bag, or maybe 2. That's about it. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think.